Welcome to the Bourbon Husband Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Bradley Jr., and this is the ninth pour, and this is the Bourbon Husband 2025 Bourbon of the Year show. I'm here with my boy, Chris Bivens.
What's up, man?
Thank you for joining me. I didn't want to do this one alone, man.
Absolutely.
I got to give a big shout out to my wife, Rachel, who set this up. As you can see, we're doing a blind tasting. Now, we know what we're pouring and sipping on, but we don't know what's what. She's the only one that knows. So she's got the secret. She's got the key. So she set this up. Fed us good before this, too.
Oh, yeah. Probably one of the best meatball subs I've ever had in my life.
They were delicious. So
really good.
We're not drinking on an empty stomach. I promise you that. Listen, guys, it has been a fantastic year. Before we get into the bourbon tasting and ranking our best bourbons of 2025, I just gotta say thank you guys so much. It's been, without question, the best year of my life. It starts with getting to marry my best friend Rachel, right? I mean, you were right there by my side, my best man, and I got to marry my very best friend, my beautiful wife, and I couldn't be more blessed. Started our family, and then she was in my ear there for a while to start the show.
Yeah.
She kept pushing me, and I know you had mentioned it, and we talked about it, and if it wasn't for Rachel, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So she pushed me and gave me the motivation and drive to go ahead and move forward with this. So I owe her everything.
Yep.
Dude, it's been an incredible year. Great work year. More blessed personal year for me, for sure. And this is the year that the Bourbon Husband podcast started. So established 2025. So to say it's been an incredible year's an understatement. So I want to thank you guys. This year I gained, a lot of support from friends and family, but got to meet some really new cool people out there that I didn't know was into bourbon, and that was the point of doing this. Mm-hmm. And I know you did too. We had former coworkers and stuff messaging in and commenting on lives and on posts and the messages that we didn't know drank bourbon.
Absolutely. Yep, they're out there, and like we had talked about before, I mean, it's just something that you don't know until somebody else, you have the opportunity to share it with somebody, or it comes up in conversation. But there's a lot of people that I know have watched, and that's kind of cool to see. It
is. And, it's been a really great year for the show, for the brand. We're getting it. Like I said, I want to continue to grow it. But I got to say it was a success. I believe we started this thing in September, October is when it took off. And very short turn, right? In a very short time, we've gained a lot of traction, and I expect a huge 2026. Made some great connections with some great people, but I'm going to give a few shout outs, and then we'll get to this, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Number one, foremost, my beautiful wife, Rachel. I got to give a shout out to you and Kevin. Mm-hmm. Right, we've been in this thing together, and Kevin has a lot of input and emphasis on this right here.
Yeah. For sure.
You guys, we got Kevin into bourbon, and I believe it just strengthened our friendship with Kevin for sure. And not that it wasn't already, but
right.
We brought something new into the mix. So big shout out to you and Kevin. And again, my beautiful wife, Rachel, has been the backbone of everything I've done here on the Bourbon Husband podcast. Also, I want to give a shout out to some friends that have a lot of input too on the show. I'm going to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Blake Lockhart, who helped create, myself and Rachel helped create some of the imagery, some of the photos, some of the logos of the Bourbon Husband podcast. He had a lot of emphasis on that when we were starting the brand, before the show even existed, months before. He was on that. And then I'd be lying if I didn't say I owe a huge thank you to our good buddy Tyler Weaver.
Yeah, absolutely.
His hand has been on. You hear the sound, and my good friend and coworker Josh Francis says, when that sound comes on, it can mean only one thing, and that's the Bourbon Husband podcast. And so because of that, Tyler Weaver is the reason you hear that sound and the music. I owe him a big thanks. He done a lot of editing for me, has continued to do that, and helped me with the editing process as well.
He's got a lot of input too.
He does. He's had a lot of input on the show, on filming, on quality. So I owe Tyler Weaver and again Blake Lockhart a big thank you. I want to thank a certain distillery. You know, we haven't had their product on here yet because I'm waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
But I want to thank my good friend and all my friends over at General George Stillhouse Distillery, founding Fox Bourbon, Bluefield Distilling Company, Travis Wilson.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to get to make that connection this year through the show, and I mean, this gentleman has sent me gifts and everything, and I'm just absolutely blessed at how gracious he's been to me and the support of the show. So let me just say this, I'm looking forward to huge, whether you want to call it a partnership or whatever this brings in the future. I think, you know, we're definitely going to be linking up with that distillery and doing some really cool things.
I haven't got the opportunity to meet him yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to. I mean, he's, you know, I've personally met him. We've been in great contact. He's just been above and beyond stand-up individual, and he's been very gracious to me, and he's pushing the brand. He's pushing the show, and I got to give him a big thank you. I mean, that's the distillery, man, that's getting behind my show, so I'm very blessed for that. So Travis and all my friends at General George Stillhouse Distillery, thank you so much. As you could see, the hat Founding Fox Kentucky Bourbon is from there. So supporting these guys, and I'm going to continue to do so because I'm looking forward to what else they do there. There's big things coming.
Right.
I'm ready for it. So let's get started. So obviously we have A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. We know what these are, but we don't know the order or anything. Like I said, my wife's going to bring it to us at the end as we rank them. But yeah, I'm really excited. So me, Kevin and Chris, and you know, I talked to Rachel about it too, and we really came up with our personal 4 best bourbons released in 2025 that we've had. Now, disclaimer, there's going to be bourbons that we didn't get the opportunity to get our hands on that a lot of people are calling best bourbon of the year.
Yeah. There's no way to get your hands on everything that comes out as a special release or that's highly allocated, but we tried several new things this year, and
absolutely,
it was fun to get it narrowed down to the ones that we thought should be in our top 4.
I agree completely.
And it was a little difficult choosing the top 4.
It was.
We had one in there that we were like, do we put this in there or not? And we'll mention it at the end of the show. Yeah,
it'll get an honorable mention. It came very, very close to getting into the lineup. Actually came down to the last minute.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make the cut, but we're going to give it an honorable mention this evening. So let's get started with bourbon number A. So as you can see, we got some postcards. We're going to be writing notes. I'm ranking these things. So, you know, I'm really interested to see. I'm disclaimer up front. There's one bourbon in this mix that I believe both Chris and myself is going to catch immediately and know what it is. Not saying it's the best, but I think all of these are similar. I think one stands out as far as just we'll get there, but and I'm not saying it's going to be the best, but I think we'll catch what it is.
Maybe
who knows? So let's start with A and let's see.
Twist by the end of this thing.
Right. Let's see what this is bringing.
Now Rachel had poured these probably 15 minutes ago.
They've had plenty of time to air out.
Some time to.
So we're not just going into this thing. They went and freshly poured. I mean, they've been airing out, so that's a lot of sweetness on up front on the nose.
It's got a nice
for
nose
sure.
There. Let's see, A
sweet nose. And you know, honestly, I don't even know if appearance is also a part of this. You know, you want a good looking. It's it's a little bit light on the color of it, as you could see that, but I mean, it's got a very sweet, like I don't want to say too much floral citrus. I'm getting like a malted chocolate or something in there on the nose.
I'm getting some bubblegum sweetness.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, very. I mean, it's just sweet all the way around. It's giving me. I see where you're getting the bubble gum out of it for sure, and it's not like dark, like bitter chocolate. I mean, it's giving me some sweet chocolate.
Classic bourbon notes.
Yep. The appearance, like I said, I mean, it looks good. It's, I think you can tell it's not really heavy. It's a little bit lighter on the color, but it's got a really good consistent body and legs. If you could see that there, I don't know if you guys can see that far onto the glass, but it's very consistent all the way around the glass there. I think we're ready to give it a shot here. Brought some heat up front.
It's got a nice. There's like a tannic oak.
Yep. That finish, there. Man, the finish is long. That's got a lingering finish. It transitions into classic vanilla, almost like a custard finish on the back end there. But the tannic oak, I get what you're getting up front on the palate. It brings some heat, but it's not overbearing heat. It's not cinnamon.
It's kind of a drying type oak.
Almost like a tobacco, almost on the palate up front.
A little bit of herbalness too.
Yeah, like I could get that.
A little bit of pine or some mint there. It's got some heat.
That finish is really, really sweet. So, I mean, yeah, obviously the nose is very sweet up front. And our ranking system on these cards, by the way, disclaimer, we did get these rating cards from Smooth Ambler Distillery when we went there on our bourbon hunt. But, you know, I give the appearance, I don't know if I want to do decimal points on this one or not. But, you know, I'm going to give this nose right in the middle out of 3. The taste is pretty strong.
It's straightforward to me.
It is.
Like it's just...
when I sit down and want to have a good bourbon, this is what I want out of it.
I'm thinking this is a little bit higher proof.
Yeah.
Just because of the heat I'm getting. And it's weird because like you said, we know what's in the lineup, but we don't know what's in which glass.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of the proof points of what are in these glasses. Right. And it's kind of messing with me a little bit.
And you know, I'm rating that one, you know, absolutely high across the board. I'm not rating the appearance of these.
I don't want to really do in them. They're all not young bourbons. They're all, and they're all not really low proof.
Right.
You know, all these are above 90. So the age and the proof of these is.
And I don't want to tell them what we're rating as far as scores or anything. I want to wait till we get through these to go back. So this was bourbon A. We don't know what it is, but I think up front on the nose brings a lot of sweetness. You're not getting a lot of heat profile from it. When it hits your palate up front, like he said, tannic oak, charred oak. I could get some herbalness up front for sure. It brings almost like a rye feel to it, and I think that's where the high proof point's going to come in. It's giving me some rye profiles to it. And
then I get that mint.
Exactly. And then on the back end finish, dude, it's like a vanilla custard.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go on to B. And compare these a little bit.
Yep, let's cleanse the palate a little bit. So yeah, I mean, A was really good. Let's see what B's bringing now. Look, if you look there, y'all can tell a difference in the color up front. That's a lot darker. It's bringing a lot more to the table in the appearance. So
It is a little darker.
yeah. Now that's wild because I'm getting a lot of herbal mint on the nose on this one.
Yeah.
More ethanol. I'm getting a lot of ethanol up front from it.
Right.
And this has
There's
had
not-
time to air out. It's not like it just.
There's not near as much sweetness
No.
on this.
This feels like it's going to bring a lot of heat up front.
You could be surprised though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, that brought a lot of sweetness up front on the nose and then hit you with a lot of heat right on the palate. So
This looks thick on the glass. I like the nose of A better.
yeah, the nose on this one is
It's muted.
it's not complex. It's very good
I go
word,
back
neutral.
to A, and there's a big difference in how the nose just jumps out at you from A.
Yeah, the nose on this is very subtle. For sure.
A has a stronger nose that I'm enjoying a little better for me.
Yeah.
For me.
And you know, I don't even know if I'm writing down descriptions at this point because I think this is going to be a lot easier than we thought. He's taking a sip of it. I'm still trying to get more of it.
Whoa. Bro. That's bringing a lot of proof, a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Almost, and it's just like a not at first. It's just like it hits you all of a sudden, like bam.
Yeah.
100-mile-an-hour train just hitting your palate with the heat.
Now, how are you scoring this?
Sweetness.
4 is the highest we can go based off the card, or are we using a 5?
I mean, I would rank 1 to 5.
Okay, 1
Is
through
what
5.
I'm kind of doing.
All right, perfect. Man, like that's hitting you, man.
This is weird. Like, this is opening up a little bit now on the nose. When I go back to it, this gives me like vibes of, you might call me crazy, but backyard barbecue.
Backyard barbecue.
Sweet barbecue smokiness.
Yes.
There's like a smokiness to this that I'm getting on the nose now.
I think it's because it hits your palate. I'm
And
going to
then you
leave
go back and it's like, whoa.
I'm going to leave the scoring of the nose alone because that may be our palate.
May have to go back to that. But
I'll tell you though, up front it's not bringing what you think it is up front. It's a lot of heat, but it's good heat. This ain't no cinnamon.
no,
it ain't mint.
it's just like bam, charred oak heat, smoky. Mm-hmm. I don't get a ton of sweetness out of this one.
No,
But that's not necessarily bad.
I'll tell you that's it's
Maybe some chocolate in that,
yeah.
like a spicy Mexican type chocolate with some herbalness, mint. And like I say, just like that backyard barbecue smoke, like that sweet, like somebody's got something on the smoker that you know's about to be good. Rich.
Man, I'll tell you, it's like Rachel over the summer made some of these ribs, or pork bites or something, and it was like candy coated, and they were smoky at the same time. That it reminds me a lot of that. Man, that's really good.
It is good. Way different than A.
That's bringing a lot to the table, guys. I mean, I up front on the nose, I wasn't expecting it, but I mean,
The finish has got the sweetness. That's where you get the
yeah,
sweet.
it is. You know, and it's not a complex bourbon. The complexity of it's really not there. It's balanced in a good way, but complexity, it's pretty straightforward. On the nose, it really doesn't bring a lot to the table as far as what you're getting out of it. I believe it has opened up, but again, that could be our palate speaking to us too. Because even when I go back to A real quick, Chris.
After tasting B.
Yeah, even there, I mean, A's bringing a lot more on the nose. Now,
Yeah.
I think B's bringing more to the table,
Man,
palate
yeah.
finish. I
A's
don't.
just got a nicer nose for
It
sure.
does.
Just right off the bat. Yeah, the nose on A is...
It's very subtle. It really is, as far as the nose on B. But when it hits your palate
Man,
and the finish
A-
of it,
I really get that bubble gum on A now.
I see where you're getting the chocolate out of B.
Yeah. It's like mid palate. Like right after that initial heat goes away.
Right.
It's like a chocolate. Right. Very next thing, like a cocoa powder type chocolate. After the heat. You maybe get just a hint of chocolate on the nose now.
Yeah. I get, like, I like how you said cocoa powder.
Yeah, it's not like milk chocolate or
No.
anything. Just like a... It's very
Almost
it's
like
very
a
delicate.
Nesquik. Mm-hmm. Nesquik.
Just
mix.
very like if you've smelled the mix chocolate powder, not the syrup.
Yeah, the old yellow tubs.
Yeah.
The old mix.
Yeah.
The Nesquik powder. Man, that's... The complexity's there on the finish. I think, well, I mean, that's solid. That is really, really solid. So...
It's going to be hard to figure it out.
It is. I have an idea.
push
I'll be
out.
honest.
Like I have
an idea what this is.
the chocolate is what's got me
Yeah.
thinking that I might know. There's a little bit of graham cracker in there with that too, maybe on the finish. That might
Well, I
be
was
the
going to say
sweetness I'm
toast.
getting.
Like I know we got a lot of charred heat to it, but it's bringing me a little bit of toasted marshmallow, and maybe you're getting the graham cracker out of it.
Some more.
Yeah, I agree. So that was Bourbon B, and let's go to C. That's pretty consistently as far as the color of it. Ooh, very sweet on the nose. Giving me gummy bear vibe, like notes. A lot of vanilla, a little bit of honey. It's not citrus or floral at all, to me.
Yeah, definitely going to have some brown sugars.
Yeah, bacon spices, brown sugar.
type of sweetness.
Almost like a powdered sugar. I see where you get brown sugar, but like that powdered sugar up front is what I'm getting. A little bit of brown sugar.
Man, the nose on A is just insane.
Yeah, Ace just, man.
It stands out, does it
I'll
not?
tell you,
Ace nose stands out above everything so far to me. I could live in that.
Right, I agree completely.
Like you know what I'm saying? Wow, that's incredible. That's really good.
This is sweet.
This is giving me more classic
like vanilla, honey.
vanilla sweetness.
Yeah,
Like
brown sugar.
just what you would expect a bourbon to be.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy unique is jumping out to me about C, but it's still got it's very nice. Nothing that's out of the ordinary, but just what you would expect a nice sweet profile
Yeah.
bourbon to taste like.
It's just classic vanilla flavors, maybe a little bit of caramel up front.
Yeah. So on that, since that's just classic, I've got to put that kind of right in the middle. And I'm going to change a little bit. I'm going to go back.
Hey, I went back and changed the nose on A.
I'm going to, yeah. I had to put that up there a little bit more. Yeah. That's very unique.
See if there's, C's going to be closer than B on the nose. Let's go. I think it's time to.
Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Right
all over the
front.
place. Yep.
Right up front. There's some chocolate. There's some heat.
A little bit of heat, man.
A little bit.
The finish is sweet. The palate is sweet. This is a very sweet bourbon.
This is more of a dessert.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a great dessert pour. And out of what's in this lineup, I think it could be 2 of what I'm thinking.
Okay. Do you see what I wrote right here? With the question mark?
Yeah.
I think I've got this one.
That's what I'm thinking.
At the beginning of the show, I said I think there's one bourbon that's going to stand out. Not saying it's the best, but I believe
that's what I believe as well. But it could be another one that I'm thinking, possibly.
Yeah, I
because I
agree
haven't
with you.
tasted this yet.
Right.
But it immediately jumped out at me as soon as it hit my palate.
Man, this one's tough.
This is so good.
Listen, you have a steak, potatoes, and whatever you have for dinner, and you don't want to
skip the cheesecake.
Yeah, skip the cheesecake. It's right here.
It's right here.
I get cheesecake notes out of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy sweet.
Chocolate cheesecake, chocolate drizzled cheesecake. I keep going back to that nose on A because the nose on C is opening up now as well. And they're both excellent.
Man, I don't think
prefer better.
I don't think anything's beaten. See, and here's the thing. So, or A
this
on the
smells
nose.
like a Snicker bar.
It's
It's
like a candy bar up
it
front.
smells like a Milky Way or a Snickers candy bar.
So on
that caramel
I'll be
and
honest.
chocolate. Golly.
I think the nose is very comparable to A.
I'm still gonna rank A a little higher, but
I'm with you. I think A's got the best nose so far.
that's second best nose.
From a taste standpoint, Chris, you know what? I'm going to have to. Man, this is tough because
I'm gonna have to have another sip of it.
it don't give me a lot of heat. It gives me a little hint of like maybe
chocolate Teddy Graham.
Yeah, it's just. But I'll be honest, it's sweet, but I don't know if it's too sweet.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's got a nice heat that balances it out because of the proof level of it.
Right. The finish is very short.
If this was 80 proof, it would be too sweet.
Right.
But it's got enough proof to back up behind that chocolate note in there that I'm really digging it.
I can't wait to go back years down the road and see how much I scribbled through this.
Oh yeah,
as I'm going on because you're
go back.
Yeah.
Because you still want to compare. You got to push one out first.
I'll be honest. So the taste is really, really good. The finish, it doesn't linger. There's not a big finish. It's sweet across the board.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let me ask you this: what? Obviously, you want it to be balanced all the way through, the nose, palate, and finish, all to be great. But what to you is the most important that you look for?
Complex,
or that you would outweigh over the other. Like, I want it to have a nice nose.
I want it to have a nice nose.
I'm drawing it in.
But the one thing I don't, so I rather it have a subtle nose, almost like B, and be surprised on the palate and finish.
Right.
Instead of having a stronger nose and then being disappointed when it touches the palate, and it may have a great finish, whatever.
Right.
So I think balance, complexity, right? I like a bourbon to be surprising a little bit. Like if I'm getting some heat up front on the nose, and it hits me, or some sweetness on the palate, or sweetness on the nose, and I got more heat, and it shocks me and takes me back. And that's where complexity comes in. You want it balanced. You don't want it all over the place.
Right.
But if something is too predictable, it's like, it's not giving me enough.
It's boring.
And this is a really good bourbon, but I'm going to be honest, the finish isn't there for me.
Yeah.
The complexity isn't there for me. The nose and the taste, the palate's amazing.
The nose and the taste are enough for me to
Yeah.
to want to come back for more of this one. The finish, sometimes if the palate's lacking just a bit, but then you get an amazing
Good
finish on it,
right.
it intrigues you enough to want to go back and get another sip of it. This one just grabs you from the palate, all over the place.
It does. I've rated it
It's tasty.
very high.
Very tasty.
I've rated it high on the palate, right? But as far as finish and complexity, I rated the nose pretty. I mean, I'm not giving it A's nose, but it's pretty close.
So, all right.
It's really good, Chris. It really is.
Got a shorter.
It's got a short
little
finish.
bit of shorter finish.
And I'm going to be honest, people. I mean, this
It's all
is
there on the palate, and then when
It's
you
sweet
take it down,
and
it's gone.
it dissipates.
It's
gone.
kinda gone.
Yep.
Doesn't leave you with nothing like just on
The
and
nose, the nose is really, really good.
on. It's got a second place nose for me.
I'm with you.
I still keep going back to A.
A's better on the nose for sure.
Golly.
Man, A is wild. on
B
the
is
nose.
still subtle. This still stands out.
I haven't
This
went back
one's
to B.
wild on the nose. I mean,
Yeah,
just,
B's so unpredictable, which is wild to me because A up front was like, okay, this is going to be strong, okay? And then I get into the taste and I'm like, in the finish a little bit, and it's not quite as there for me.
straightforward.
Right.
I mean, it's different, but just because that is different with the chocolate notes and stuff like
Right.
that doesn't mean necessarily it's complex.
Right.
It's like,
exactly.
that's what I'm getting out of it. Like,
And I'll be honest, this is a really good nose, a really good sweet bourbon. This is a very good, like I said, after dinner bourbon, if you want something sweet. But I don't think it's bringing as much as what B and A are to the table so far.
Right.
I could go back. We'll go back at the end, change my mind a little bit, but I don't think so. I think it's very predictable all the way through. It's balanced. I'm going to say that right now. It's very balanced. The finish to me is disappointing because it's not there. It dissipates right off the palate. So here's the thing, right? We talked about it. When you taste a bourbon, and sometimes when you got a sweet nose and it brings hit but finishes with sweet, that's where the finish comes from. Your finishes, there's two ways a finish on a bourbon. It is going to be really good for me before we get to our last pour here. And that's if you have a sweet palate and it brings heat on the finish, or you have a heat palate and it lingers with some heat on the finish. When you have a sweet palate and it stays sweet, there's no real finish to it.
it's just sweet all the way through.
And it just dies down quickly.
and it's all subjective as to what you like.
Yeah,
That's why I said, like, when we get down to this, we may be completely different.
We may be. I mean, I think the way we're talking right now, I think so far I have, I think I know my favorite so far. I think we just need to get into D and see what.
I'm going to get into D, and then I'm going to try to dissect
Yeah.
and narrow down what I think.
So, and here's how we'll do this at the end. After we're finished, we will push two out, and then decide between the final two, and write down the placing of the finishes, and then
Yeah,
at the end we'll.
Right now, I think, well, Unless this surprises me, I know what my first out's going to be probably.
Me too.
At this point.
Man, that's bringing me a lot of like minty heat. Ooh. Like a herbal up front on the nose, but it's strong. It's not subtle at all.
This has got a nice nose jumping out at
it does. It's not as sweet as A. That's the thing.
No, it's not as sweet as A, but
it's jumping out just as much.
It's as what's the word I'm looking for? Like it jumps out as much as A does in a different way.
It's the reverse of it. I mean, it's very minty. Not cinnamon, not charred heat. Man, that's wild. A is just so sweet.
It still is there. Like, it's still...
Holy Lord. Man, that jumps out.
It's jumping out of the glass.
It's jumping out, man. So A and D's got the two best noses, bar none. And
Yep. And then this one. And then I would take B last for the nose.
So I'm getting a lot of minty herbal. This feels like a rye up front.
Yeah,
it does up front.
But we will, spoiler alert, we don't have any rye.
We don't have a rye in here.
We don't have any rye in here in this. So all these are bourbons.
Let's go for it. Woo!
That doesn't have a lot of heat, but it's got a lot of like it's softer than these.
Yep. It's very approachable.
It's very approachable. It's a lot more delicate to me than the others.
I think I'm torn. I think I know one or two what this is.
I'm wondering.
I'm right down the middle. I believe I know what this is.
I'm thinking I might, but
the nose is right there, man. Wow, it's.
I'm just barely going to edge that probably above C's nose.
Well, maybe. It's above C's nose for me.
It's got a little bit of that. A little bit more of like a...
It's peppermint.
Like a tart fruit type of a note, maybe.
Like a grapefruit.
Maybe.
I see where you're getting that. I could see
maybe.
And maybe that's where I'm getting some herbal notes.
I want to say sour, but it's not sour. Because that's not on the palate at all.
Okay. There's some heat up front
there. I get a little chocolate in that too. There's a little bit of milk chocolate in there.
Yeah, but there's some heat in there too.
There's a little bit of cinnamon in there.
Cinnamon. There's definitely some peppermint in there.
Maybe some kind of pepper. Like I don't know.
Black pepper.
Black pepper.
I would say. It's got some.
It's got a little bit of like that tingle in there on it.
I'll say this: the complexity's it's there. This is a complex from nose to palate to finish.
It's B.
Yep. Lord.
That's good.
It is.
That's good.
You know, and here's the thing. So when we narrow this down, I'm probably going to go back and taste between them, and I may change my mind. You know what I mean? Man,
that's just incredible.
Stop going to A on the nose, brother.
I've tasted them all now.
Yeah.
I'm going back through on the nose. All right. So D.
Man, it's wild that B's still so subtle.
Yeah, even after setting this
C's
long.
jumping out, man, but so is D.
I get a little herbal.
I think D, I'll be honest.
You get herbal on this
I
nose?
told you, yeah, herbal all over the place. I'll be honest, I think D jumps out a little bit more than C does. I think I know my first out for sure as far as like start to finish. I think, and I'll say it at the end, I think D is tied between 1 and 2 bourbons. I'm struggling to break down which two they are.
It's got a long, sweet finish on it.
It does. I think this has the best finish since A.
D's got a long finish.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. So, and it's good, but I'm going to have to get a sip of water and go back through these. I don't know where to rank it as far as the palate with the other 3.
So, that's really good.
Dang, that's good.
Chris, I think what we need to do is get our first out. Let me... Man, A just freaking pops you, dude.
It does. Man, and it's like,
Ooh.
all right.
Yep. I think we need to get some more water here. Push your glass forward.
Man, got a long finish.
What, D?
D has a long finish. D does. A long, nice, sweet finish. Like, it just leaves you with a sweetness, like a very pleasant sweetness.
Yeah, I think I know what's going to happen here as far as my personal ranking. And once we get to the next 3, you know, the first one out, I just want you to push out here in a second and tell me what you think. Which I'm going to be shocked, because if it is what I think it is, I'm going to be a little bit surprised that it'll be my first out. I'm going to be honest. So my first out, Chris, are you ready? My first
out's going to be B.
My first out's going to be C.
All right, so let me write down this. So in 4th place, I'm going to have B.
And I'm actually going to put yours here too. You put B, correct? All right.
Let me put this. So your 4th out was what?
C.
C.
Yep. And I'll be honest. So it came close to. Never mind. I don't want to go there yet. So
the nose on B for me is 4th place for sure.
Oh, it's the
and
nose.
The overall experience of what we got right here with B having the weakest nose for me. If it starts off that way, It's really got to have an amazing palate and finish.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. So for
keep
me,
up with the other three.
for me, B hit me up front on the palate for sure. It brought a lot to the table. I think I'm really truly.
Now this is
where I want to go back to A for a minute.
I'm going back between these two for sure, because I get some similarities out of C and D with those chocolate
The
notes.
problem for me is A's not bringing enough to the palate. It brought everything to the nose, but the palate's not making up for it.
The nose is incredible.
The nose is, wow, tied right there for me for D.
Yeah.
And then B's not bringing anything to the nose, but man, I'll tell you, the palate and the finish is there. I know you put it out. I want you to go back to B for a minute. Don't nose it. Take a sip of water and go back and just sip on it. You just tried all three of those, right? All right, go back to B. Don't nose it.
Just drink it?
Just sip on it. Swirl it. Do whatever you got to do. Throw the nose out. Now you compare it to the other three on the palate.
For me, it just dries me out.
It's dried, for sure. I agree.
It's got a drying, like I said, maybe it's that tannic oak that I'm getting out of it with the heat. And like tonight compared to the other ones, maybe if I set these through there and know what they are, I'd be like, oh, you're crazy. B's the best one out of those.
Right.
But not knowing and what I'm tasting tonight, I don't like that drying sensation it's giving me with the heat.
So my second out, I struggle with this, is going to be B because of the nose. I think I went back, and I'll be honest, that's why I wanted you to go back to the palate a little bit. I think the palate and the finish is there. The complexity's not, the nose isn't. The nose was very disappointing. I was shocked at what jumped out on the palate after, smelling it, but that's my next out. What's yours?
Dude,
I think I know what you're going to say, and I don't think you want to say it because I think we both know what it is.
Man, my second out is probably going to be A.
Okay.
And A's going to be third place for me.
Okay.
The nose is incredible, but compared to the other three, the palate and the finish is just not up to snuff.
Okay. So this is wild because my rankings are going based off, and I'm going to show you up front what my scores are. Look at this and this.
Oh yeah.
See what I'm saying there? So this ranked exactly how I thought. So for me, I'm going back to A and D.
My numbers don't even make any sense. I wrote some numbers down, but I'm between C and D.
I believe I know what A is. And I'm going to try to call it. All right, let's take a second. And I'm going to point.
That's really good.
To what I believe is going to be Bourbon of the Year. And I want you to point before we even do this. One more time, we'll... Wow. I'm going to point to the one I believe is Bourbon of the Year. You point to what you think right now based off these two. And I think we're going to be aligned. That's what I thought. And I think I know what this is. And I think I know what both of them are. But I could be wrong.
I don't know. God, that's so good. But
we've came to a consensus that go.
Let me tell you something one more time.
I think I'm there.
Start to finish that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well.
All right.
Your next out is
my next out for third place is going to be C.
Which is wild. That was my first out.
So second place for me is C.
So
what was third place for you?
My third place, sir, for me was B.
All right. And your second
is A.
And then that means that first place for both of us is going to be D.
Yep.
Yeah, D's just got it. I mean, classic nose, sweet herbal, sweet on the palate, got a long finish, got some spice in there.
Yep.
The balance of D from
nose,
start
palate,
to finish, nose, palate, finish is like, it's got more balance and high marks than the other three.
So here's what we're going to do real quick before we show you the winner. Again, y'all don't know what we tasted here today. I'd like to go ahead and here's how I'm going to do this. The closest we both had this, I'm going to go ahead and rank it as the first out altogether, which is B. Because I had it as my third and you had it as your fourth. So I think that's consistently been the one we're going to rank in total first out. Okay. All right. I'm going to get my wife to hand me bottle number B. And let's see what it is.
That was my fourth place and Daniel's third place.
Wow.
Dang.
Oh my goodness.
I would not have thought that.
Well, you know what? Let me go back because on my notes, I told you for a second, I said, I think I may know what this might be, and I'm not that shocked because of the dryness.
Yeah.
And it brings more to the table than this is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B525.
Wow, and that's the one that everybody's
saying
like,
Bourbon of the Year.
Everybody's raving about that one.
I agree. So that's going to be our first out, but it's in the top four. So I'll go ahead.
That wasn't your first out.
Well, ranked together.
Yeah.
That was my third out.
Yeah, I got you.
But you had it at fourth, I had it at third. So we might as well combine and put that out together.
Yeah, but your fourth place I had as my second.
We're going to wait on my fourth place. The next one we're going to do is A. But before we do that, I got to say, so if you haven't had it, I know you haven't, A125 is very dry altogether. I told you that.
Oh yeah,
it's very dry.
Well, I tried that one.
Yeah. You're right.
It was just very underwhelming
on your birthday. That's right.
Barrel proof.
It was very underwhelming, and I thought this brought more to the table for sure. But it's almost same characters as the first batch this year of their barrel proof bourbon series. So
next was my third place was A, which would have been your second, right? Is that the one?
Let's look at it now.
We were going to do next was A.
Yeah, because that was my second, your third.
Okay.
And because we
both had D as first.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and bring out bourbon number A as the second out. That it hit exactly what I thought it was. I think I know what has won it.
Okay.
Yep.
1792 single barrel.
This is a Barrel Select store pick from CJ's King Spirit. Guys, y'all seen it on one of the episodes. We went and picked it up on our bourbon hunt. So CJ's
God, that
store
had
pick.
such a good nose.
I think it, along with D, had the best nose up front.
Yeah. It
For sure.
It was down to the wire going between those.
Honorable mention really quick before we go to the top two. And before we do this, we're going to give it one more shot. I truly do believe that, I know what C is going to be. I think I'm all over it.
My second place?
Yep. And I had it at my third place or fourth place. And let me tell you why I put it fourth. Which is, if I would go back, I would probably switch it a little bit. And maybe put it above this. I would almost put bottle number C, which y'all haven't seen, above bottle A, which was 1792 single barrel store pick from CJ's Liquor.
So you had this as your second place.
Yes, I would almost put. Going back, maybe I made a mistake. I don't know. But here's the thing. Here's why I had it. Up front on the nose, amazing. It brought some to the palate. It wasn't very complex, but the finish was really good. I thought it brought more to the table overall as a bourbon than what C did. And like I said, I think I know what C is. I think you do too.
I think I do too. Yep. So C was my second place, and it was the first one that you.
It is, yeah, and I think the reason being it was too predictable from start, and there was no finish on it.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's really good, and I'm shocked that I put it that as my first out. But it's subjective.
Finish is more important to you.
Well, no, it's not necessarily the finish. I think it was overall. I know what it is. We've had it, and we put it as soon as we tasted this the first time. If it is what I said it was, we said it was going to be in this lineup for sure. And it is. It's an amazing bourbon. Listen, by the way, honorable mention.
If we know if it is what we think,
I would be shocked.
Well,
I would be shocked.
I would be shocked too. So we might as well bring it out.
Well, hang on. Honorable mention was Knob Creek Cash Strength Single Barrel.
Yeah.
Looking, we debated a little bit, and we were going to put it in there, but it came down, by the way, to Cash Strength and the 1792 was the last two we were debating. I'm not trashing this bourbon. I'm not saying that, Chris, but it was it's balanced, but it didn't bring enough complexity to me. Let me just say that. It didn't bring any complexity from the nose to the palate, hardly any finish. It was all the same across the board, and it was too predictable. Let's bring C out.
I got you. So what is C?
We don't want D yet.
No.
There's no way.
There's no
way.
Holy crap. Dang.
What?
So C is Angel's Envy. Dang.
There's no way.
I got a lot of chocolate out of that.
More chocolate than.
I got.
Are you sure about that?
Out of that, dude. That means that our winner
is the one
that we thought was this one.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Dang.
like I said, I would go back. I told you I would go back and put this over this for sure, and maybe this.
Dang. So
I would put C at 2
so
for
that's
sure.
C. Dang.
I'm shocked. By the way, Angel's Envy single barrel store pick. It was ABC in Virginia, Virginia ABC single barrel store pick. Angel's Envy. Released this year, and I'm honestly shocked.
Dude, you put that as your fourth.
I know.
Daggone. I put it at second. So we'll put your order in front of the camera first, and then we'll put my order.
I know.
I'm gonna sip on this bourbon
Oh
of the
my
year
gosh.
real quick here.
Wait a second. No, I had A first.
As your
A.
You had A as your second place.
No, second out.
Huh?
Second out.
Your second out was B.
A and C should have been switched though. Remember, I went back and changed 1792 in that one. See, remember? I said I would put C above the A, above this one.
But you didn't.
Originally, no. But going back and tasting it, I did. So I would. It's crazy to me that that blows my mind just a little bit, but I understand completely where it's coming from. So I would put this one up front. I would. That's the first out. Then I would put this one. Then this one.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. Which one was Elijah Craig?
That was my.
No, it was B. So B was your first out. It was my third, and I told you I would switch A and C. I would switch A and C.
Mm-hmm.
So my order, my true order, is going to be D,
As number
C,
one.
D, C, D, C, B, and A. Right?
I guess you'd put A out first.
Yeah, A for, yeah, right? Yeah, A out first, because I went back and changed it on here. And 1792 single barrel was really good. It popped out on the nose for sure. So, I'm shocked, man, that this isn't what I thought it was. So, let's bring out the winner.
I really didn't think so either. So,
the bourbon of the year.
bourbon of the year.
2025. Old Forester.
1924.
10 year. So, I was really shocked because of the chocolate. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. She put all this together as far as the order and poured them up for us. We'd have
She
no
done
idea
all of
what
this.
was what.
None of this. So my ranking went like this, and yours is going to be a little bit different. Mine went D, C, B, A. Yours went
DCAB.
So we have B and A swapped.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So
Because I went back originally, let me preface this. I went back
So,
and put
first place, second place, and then for mine, the first
You-
out,
this one.
yeah, this would be third, and Elijah Craig fourth.
correct. So here was mine. D for sure. I struggled between these two. Okay? And well, let me do
These
this.
two. Yeah.
These two. Originally, I thought this was bringing a little bit more, but when I went back and tasted, I thought C brought more to the table. So I replaced C over A. Right? Yeah, C over A.
Those are the two you swapped.
Yep. So I would say Bourbon of the Year, 1924 Old Forester, 10 year. Angels Envy Single Barrel, Virginia ABC Store Pick. Elijah Craig, Barrel Proof Batch B525. And then CJ's Store Pick Single Barrel, 1792. So
And then I would have had
just those two flipped.
These two swapped.
There you go. All right, fair enough.
Kind of surprises me that my beloved Elijah Craig Barrel
I know.
Proof finished in last place.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't surprise me. I thought that Old Forester was going to be
BC.
second place.
Yep, me too.
I thought that it was going to be second place for me. The chocolate notes I was getting out of it, and that graham cracker, that, I thought that I knew what that was.
Man, so we had...
And to me, I thought that I kind of was like, well, I was like that D has that Angel's Envy type
Me
sweetener
too, dude.
note
That's
to it.
what I'm
Like
saying.
it was, I was
I
getting
thought-
Angel's Envy vibes off of it with just a little higher proof because that one's a single barrel at 110.
It just goes to show you, dude,
instead of
you
the
can't
regular
get-
90 or 86 or whatever normal Angel's Envy is. But I was expecting my second place to be Old Forester. And I remember when we opened that, I was like, daggone, I was like, that is some good stuff.
Yep.
You know, we had that bottle at our Christmas party. And I mean, you and me and Kevin, all three,
All
were
of
just
us.
like, where
Blown
have you
away.
been? Kevin was like, where have you been hiding that at? And I was like, I was waiting for a good time to bring it out. And I would have not expected it to be where it was, but I knew it was good. But I can't believe we both picked it over
It's-
those
Look
other
at
three.
this. Look at my order. DCBA.
Yeah.
It just went backwards. That's wild.
Yep.
So, and I'll be transparent. At first, I had this and this flipped. I did. I had this and this flipped, but I went back and I'm like, man, this really is bringing more to the table than what A was. A, I believe, took us away because
Because the nose is so good.
the nose was incredible.
Still.
Dude, I mean, it's bubble.
Still,
I get that bubble gum.
like
and-
that. I get some tropical notes
Yeah.
out of there and some bubble gum. Like fruity, like tropical fruit, bubble gum. Good. They're all good. And don't get that wrong. Like, all of these are incredible. Or we wouldn't have picked them to be out of the ones that we tried this year to be
that's
in
the
this
thing.
show. But
That's the thing.
But
It's-
man, it's not like we're. It's
Go-
not like A is bad. Or
Can we put A down just for a minute? Because I'm going to be honest, I am shocked. So
put A down.
put A down for a second.
All right.
And C was Angel's Envy, right? And then,
Yeah.
and
A was 1972. And,
Old Forester.
And
Can we go back to B for a minute?
B
I'm a little surprised.
B
that,
is this one
yeah,
for me.
B the B525.
Yeah. And that was the one that you were just raving about.
It
Now,
was, man.
everybody's raving about it this year, saying it was the best Elijah Craig batch
Since
since
C923.
C923. And
Man,
mean,
I'm
it's-
surprised.
intense. But dude, it just dries me out.
I'm going to give my honest assessment between.
Immediately, it's like your whole mouth needs a drink of water after every
Yep,
sip
you're right.
because it just dries you out.
I'm going to give my honest assessment right now between C and A. Because that will determine if the Angel's Envy for me truly does rank at second or third. So I'm going to go back to A first. The nose, that had the best nose of the night.
It did.
I give it to C. Which is the Angel's Envy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
C was Angel's Envy.
I'm going to be, I'm really shocked that, I'm going to be honest, I thought D was going to be the Angel's Envy. And C was going to be the Old Forester 1924.
I was the same. And
It
I
surprised me.
thought I knew what D was, or I thought I knew what C was.
Me
Yeah, I
too.
thought I knew. I thought C was the 1924, and I was kind of hard pressed to push that one out because I was thinking, well, that's the Old Forester, but man, I just think the other one's a little bit better, and I was wrong. It is Old Forester the whole time.
Yep.
So that's incredible. But
We
yeah.
said it up front, man, when we had it. It's going to be in the running.
Definitely. Now, that Old Forester, it's an annual release. It started in 2024. So 2025 was the second year that they've done it, and it was in the 100th anniversary of Old Forester, being able to be one of the distilleries that was able to still distill during Prohibition times. So 1924 to 2024 was that 100th year anniversary. So they came out with a annual release, going to be a 10-year annual release, and it done so well in 2024 they decided to continue it as an annual release. So I didn't get to find it the first year it came out, and then this year I was on vacation, found that one in Tennessee at a little hole in the wall liquor store, and when we were on vacation down near Cherokee Lake, down in Tennessee, and picked it up. Saw it in a bottle of E.H. Taylor small batch, and I was trying to decide between which one I wanted, and I was hard pressed to pass up that 1924 because I'd seen E.H. Taylor small batch several times, and I'm glad I picked it up, man. I mean, it was definitely worth it.
So I think our biggest discrepancy of the evening are these two, right?
Yeah.
And I won't lie, I
thought those were 1 and 2.
So I made the mistake. I put C out first because it was too sweet for me.
Yeah.
But looking back at it, and I called it, I said, you know what? I may put it over A, just because I was so stuck on A's nose that it was bringing enough to the table. So I threw it back in the mix there at the end. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I think the consensus though was D all the way through, that it was going to be bourbon of the year. I did not expect D to be 1924. I thought when we tasted the Angel's Envy single barrel that it was going to be 1924 because, dude, it brought the same
There
notes.
are similarities there. You get a little bit of that chocolate out of both of them. Yeah. I mean, I have nothing left in D, obviously. I mean, that was the one I kept going back to. That was what I was digging the most. But yeah, it's incredible. Well, I'm excited to go 2026 and see some releases this year. Me too.
I'm ready. I think we're getting a lot of really cool, unique releases that I've already read about. I mean, that's going to be really, really good for the bourbon community going into this year. I do hope, though, and I expect pricing to drop.
Yeah,
I expect so a big price decrease going into this year. And I'll be honest, I think we're going into a lot of these stores and we're seeing stuff overpriced too much. But of the last 2 or 3 months, you said it yourself today, you went into the store and like Angel's Envy Rye was what, 70 some bucks?
70 something, yeah.
Do you remember
when years ago it was 100? You see it 120.
Dude, no, I spent $140 on your bottle.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. So Angel's Envy Rye was going for $140, $150. And that's the first time I bought that for you. That's the first time we had it. And now it's down $70. So I think it's going to be priced right. I don't think we're in a bourbon shortage. I think we're, if anything, there's too much. Not too much. There's never too much, but there's so much bourbon out there that they need to, stop production. I don't know if you know this or not, but Jim Beam shut down production on one of its warehouses and distilleries this year.
In Claremont, I think.
Yep, they're going to be out 6 to 8 months. But they're going through remodels and stuff. That's not a bad thing, guys. I think if anything, overproduction can hurt the industry, and I think we're going to level this back out to where us, the consumer, can get things, accessible things at a reasonable price. Hard things will always be hard things to get. I just believe sometimes that too many accessible things, is way too price gouged, and I think we're getting back to where that's not the case. So I gotta say, again, thank you to my wife Rachel. She set this up. She did this. She done all of this, so I couldn't be more grateful. Sorry for my inconsistency there early in the show. I pushed C out number 1, and then man, I went back to it and I'm like, man, I made a mistake there. I called it out and pulled it back in, and it ranked number 2 for me. But I got to say the biggest surprise of the night, although we're talking about Old Forester being close to that, I got to say the biggest surprise of the night is the barrel proof B525 being last place.
Yeah.
The consensus last place.
I would have thought that at least be second, third.
Right.
I don't know if it would be first or not, but I didn't expect it to be last.
You know,
Honestly, out of the lineup we had, I would have expected this to be last
yep, I agree.
for both of us.
Well, it finished
It was for you.
third for me. Was it for me or what?
Yeah, A.
Yeah, it was. I
was
ranked
last for you.
So I ranked this one last. Here's my order. One more time. The Bourbon Husband. We're gonna finish with the Bourbon Husband's order.
Yeah.
There's my order of the night. This one Chris brought to the table. Brought it to the Christmas party, and I said we got to have that. And I think that's in the running for Bourbon Husband, Bourbon of the Year. My wife got this for me for my birthday. Right, I had talked about it. We talked about it. Yep. I almost pulled the trigger a few months back.
Yep.
On the store pick, this exact bottle on a store pick. Virginia ABCs didn't do it. I didn't want to spend the money right there to do it, so I was surprised she got it for me for my birthday. So I ranked that number 2. The B525, excellent bourbon. I think it blew the first batch out of the water. I'm not going to beat up on A125, but like you said, the word I would use is underwhelming.
Yep.
I wouldn't say disappointing,
No.
but I wasn't. I mean, I was really surprised at what it didn't bring to the table.
Yeah.
And this one, I gotta say, man, it's not an everyday sipper, but that one right there brought a lot to the table. And
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
if I'm getting someone into bourbon, and I want them to try something really good,
Yeah.
I would all day long, because that sweetness up front is
Yeah.
going to jump out at them on the nose. So
Yeah.
I'm just truly impressed with what they were able to do. I jumped on that. You jumped on that. Did Kevin get him a bottle when
No.
we went?
I
It
don't
was
know
at
if he did.
CJ's. I don't think he did. We both jumped at that. Anything 1792 produces is typically excellent bourbon. So here we go, guys. I mean, Old Forester 1924 10-year is your 2025 Bourbon Husband Bourbon of the Year. Second place, we got Angels MB Single Barrel Virginia ABC Store Pick. We got the Elijah Craig batch B525 in their barrel proof series at third place, and then CJ Store Pick of the 1792 single barrel fell in fourth place. And honorable mention again was Knob Creek Cask Strength. And what's wild, I said it a minute ago, and we were debating on which 2 bottles to put in that 4th spot. This and the Knob Creek.
Yeah.
So I was debating there, and this one, I'll do a show on the Knob Creek or have it for a Whiskey Wednesday toast. Y'all seen, which, it almost is full circle, because your first episode with me was the Knob Creek single barrel.
Yeah.
It just wasn't cask strength. So,
Right.
it's like full circle. But what happened was that was bringing your classic heat up front bourbon, but it had no sweetness to it whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what bourbon I would like to compare it to. Is that one right there.
Yeah,
The B525.
absolutely.
I'd like to do a blind tasting between the cask
that
strength
and that.
and that.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like, hear me out, that Knob Creek might beat it out.
It might.
Even though that's our third and not our fourth, but
Right.
that's for different reasons.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
it's subjective. It's what you want out of a bourbon. You
Yep.
can't. This is all great bourbon. Any one of it could have went 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
These were our 4 best bourbons of 2025. So these were the elite pours we had. And if there's one bottle or pour that you wish you could have got your hands on in 2025, what would it been?
Oh God. Still always been on the search for C923.
Well, I mean, released in 2025.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Honestly, I'm still looking for the C batch from the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
I haven't found that.
Haven't found that yet. It should have been released in September of 25. I've yet to find it anywhere. That's always one that you could keep there under your hat. And of course, I was on the hunt for another Weller Antique 107. Again, super hard to come by any Buffalo Trace Weller product other than Special Reserves. Kind of, I'm wondering if they do exist at this point because they're that rare.
Right.
So, I missed an opportunity at our ABC store to get a E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof.
Now that one would have been, I think,
at MSRP, and I was just a day late and $1 short. But there's always this year. So
absolutely. Well, I gotta say, and there's many different bottles I would like to have gotten my hands on or found. I'd like to find Eagle Rare 12 year.
Yeah, that was
just to have.
I forgot about that one, but
I think the biggest one I'm reading about, and I'd say it would probably be in this lineup based off everything I'm reading, was the Jack Daniel's Heritage.
Oh yeah,
released this year, and I if I could get my hands on it, I do plan on spending the money and getting it. But I gotta say, man, what a year! We started this show. I'm proud of where it's went. Again, due to my wife, this wouldn't exist because I wouldn't have done it. Right. And all the support and stuff she does behind the scenes. You and Kevin, everything you've helped me do on the show. Guys, listen, I don't do this alone. Sometimes I may have an episode where it's just me. There's a lot of brains going into what I put out as far as content and stuff. So, I'll ask him for advice, or Kevin, or I'd say let's go ahead and mention one more bourbon that I thought about putting in the lineup, and that was the Maker's Mark, the Star Hill Farm that he had at our wedding.
Well, that was the Keeper's release.
The Keeper's release. Yeah. I thought that was exceptional. That holds a special place with me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name drop anyone, but a very special individual on my wedding day had a toast with me.
Yeah.
And
that was cool.
Pouring that together.
I was shocked.
I was shocked too.
I really was.
This individual doesn't drink or anything like that, but I'm not going to name drop them, but they're very close to me. Very close to me, but
right.
We had a pour of that Keeper's release on my wedding day, and for that individual to have a toast with me and pour meant the world.
Right.
So that I would put probably 5th or 6th place right there. It was so good. But I thought the whole time, as soon as we approached the 1924, it wasn't what we thought it was going to be, but I think we were both on the same page that this one was it. It stood so tall.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a ranking system. It was 2.5 points higher for me than any other.
1.5 for me.
It was 2.5 points higher than any other bourbon we had here tonight. That's how far it stood out. So
yeah, it really was. That's wild.
It was exceptional. The Angel's Envy single barrel. Wish I would have pulled the trigger sooner, but glad I didn't because she got it for me for my birthday.
Right.
It lived up to what I was reading and seeing, and nearly pulled the trigger on that. B525 again. It's when you. I'll say this out of the lineup: when you drink a bourbon, that's what you.
God.
I mean, that's it right there. It just dries you out a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you think that one dries you out, wait till you have you've had it. Wait till you guys have the A125 batch. It's something different. But we're going to sit here and finish. We're going to finish it. We're going to finish the B525 here after we close the show out. But I want to thank you guys for an exceptional year. Thank you for joining us here on the Bourbon Husband Bourbon of the Year show for 2025. And I'm looking forward to a very, strong, amazing Bourbon Field 2026.
Absolutely. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.